Vijay Drakoi. I will speak now.
This is Ice Mining Complex Echo 6 Traffic Control calling Cryogenic Transport Vessel 9th Circle. We've got a solid read on your transponder beacon, and you're a little off your assigned course. CTV 9th Circle, please respond. CTV 9th Circle, are you reading us? Please respond.
I read you, Echo 6. The course you assigned me leads directly to your cargo docking bay. I have no intention of docking this vessel with your station. Just give me the coordinates of a handy parking location, and I can detach the entire cargo pod and be on my way.
CTV 9th Circle are standard cargo transfer procedures.
I don't really care about your standard procedures, Echo 6. I'm not going to the docking bay. I don't want your cargo handlers infecting my ship with some obscure lung herpes or whatever respiratory funk your station has got going around.
There's nothing contagious here at Echo 6 9th Circle. We're all healthy and fine. There's nothing you need to worry about.
That's what they told me at Ganymede. Health protocols are ironclad, they said. Everybody here is healthy, they said. They lied. 2 weeks later, everyone on my ship had some unholy variant of the flu, and we lost nearly a month of travel time. And we somehow acquired an infestation of mice. So no, I will not be docking with your cargo bay. You can give me the coordinates for a convenient parking spot for this cargo pod. Or I can drop it right here, and you can just deal with it. I get paid either way. Your choice.
I think someone's been out in space a bit too long. Too much time staring out the viewports.
Your transmitter is still live, Echo 6. Meredith, begin the cargo pod release sequence.
That won't be necessary, 9th Circle. I'll have those coordinates for you in just a moment.
That's what I thought. Let's get this over with.
How are you feeling? You finally thawed out and awake? Still a little cold and woozy then. That'll pass soon. Coming out of cold storage is never fun, even if you take it slow. Fortunately, pretty much all the mining staff were all shipped out here in cryopods. Good portion of the newer arrivals too, so we've gotten pretty good at the art of thawing people out as easily and as gently as possible. The thawing process still sucks though, and we haven't found a way of getting rid of that horrible gunky feeling in the stomach. First few hours after thawing out, everybody gets it. So, if you need me to fetch you a bucket, not feeling that bad, are you? Good to hear. I'd did take the liberty of hooking you up with an IV nutrient feed, so you're not going to feel like absolute garbage, merely disregarded trash. You'll be fine in a few hours. Tomorrow you might even feel up to eating real food again. Now, by that question, do you mean what room we're in or something else? Ah, right. You're in the infirmary of Alpha Ring, one of the main habitats of the Echo 6 ice mining complex. You might not have heard of it. It's a bit of a nowhere location. It's a long way from any place. The nearest major port is Neptune, and that's not exactly across the street. Where'd you come from? I haven't looked over the manifest for the cargo pod you came in on. I don't usually bother since there's not much useful information on the manifests. Earthside, really? I've never been. I was born on Ceres Colony. Worked there as a prospector, scouting asteroids for mineral deposits. Got into a bit of, I did some things that somebody more important than me didn't like, and, here I am. Mind if I ask how you got here? I mean, what did you do to get into freezer jail and shipped out to the ice mines? Oh, that's rough, pal. Not gonna lie, that's a harsh deal. You're in good company out here, though. I don't know how it is with the batch of meat sickles you came in with, but among the rest of the station personnel, I'd say a good half of us were shipped out here on questionable legal charges. It's not a bad life, though, as long as you like station food. Oh, sorry, wasn't thinking. I'll talk about something else. What is it that you do? Or, I guess I should ask, what are you good at doing? Anything that might be useful on a space station? Hang on a second. I might need to actually write this down. This could be important to your placement here. Oh, yeah, we use actual paper out here. Partly for the novelty. We figured out how to make it as a byproduct of all the bamboo we grow in the greenhouses. And partly for the nostalgia. A lot of us still like using solid media for writing. Back on Ceres, there's a mining outfit that basically produces clay tablets with the tailings from their mines. They built a whole industry around using clay tablets for all sorts of stuff, just like the old Sumerians did thousands of years back. I know, it sounds odd, but there are stranger things done in other places. Some people juggle geese. Anyway, what can you do that'd be useful out here at the ass end of nowhere? Quite a far-ranging education. You could probably have your pick of jobs in the greenhouse or the suit repair depot. Probably the fabrication shop as well. Do you have any experience in zero-gravity construction? No worries. The outside construction crews always want more zero-G certified workers, but we're not lacking for them. Hey, are you thirsty? Want some water? Here, try this. It's the local vintage. Genuine Echo 6 vapor distilled ice water. You're gonna love it. It tastes like, it tastes like distilled water, but it's got a certain special something you won't find anywhere else in the system. Yeah, it's just the local water. But I like to talk it up to new arrivals. Anyway, any other talents or skills that might come in handy? Any useful hobbies you had back Earthside? Okay, that should be enough to go on. Oh, would you look at the time? I've got to go check on some of the other folk that are still thawing out. You came in with a batch of 2,000 meat sickles, and I've got about 100 of you under my watch. So, I'm gonna put a mild sedative into your IV and check back on you later. Yeah, I get it. You don't want to sleep yet. I understand the feeling completely. Been frozen 2 or 3 times myself, and I know how it goes. Relax. The sedative won't put you to sleep exactly. You're just gonna fast forward for a few hours. Hopefully your mind will gloss over most of the craptacular way your body's gonna be feeling. You know, one day someone is gonna figure out the perfect chemical suite for preventing all the shakes and shivers of hibernation sickness, and they're gonna be rich. So you just lay back and relax. You'll barely even notice I'm gone. And when I get back, we'll see about getting you on your feet and moving. Oh, no, you don't have to call me doctor. I'm actually not. I'm just a trustee here. Name's Pinkerton. Okay, there's the sedative. Just close your eyes and wait for the time skip. I'll be right back. Up and walking already. Good on you. You must have a strong constitution. So, I've gotten you processed into the Echo 6 personnel database, got you a tentative work assignment, crew quarters, meal ticket, etc. You won't actually start work for about a week though, just to give you time to get used to the layout of the station. Now, until you actually do start working, you will be more or less stuck here on Alpha Ring. We don't tend to move people between the habitats much unless there's a work project. No unnecessary traffic outside, you know? They want us to keep the casual vacuum exposure down to a minimum this far out on the edge of space. You'll have plenty of room to wander around though. And like I said, you'll have about a week to stop getting lost in it. Nah, Alpha Ring's pretty easy to navigate. There are 2 rings rotating together inside an outer superstructure that stays in place relative to the rings. The whole thing's divided into sections. There's about a dozen or so cross tunnels between A and B rings, so you can get about pretty easily once you learn where everything is. I will warn you though, you got here at a bad time for exploring. The tech crews just finished putting the last B ring under pressure, and they're still putting in the last of the wiring and plumbing. So there are a lot of places where there's just empty rooms, and other rooms are packed with junk that's going to go into the empty rooms eventually. And the electrical system is still a bit wonky. Sometimes the power goes out for no reason, and not just in the unfinished sections. I guess that's what you get when you're living on a station that's pretty much entirely built by skilled contract labor rather than dedicated engineers and top-of-the-line equipment. It is a bit exciting though, in a way, I guess. It sort of gives you the idea of how the old asteroid pioneers lived a couple centuries ago, during the big mining boom in the belt. Hey, how's your stomach feeling? You, feel like maybe getting some food in you? I will take that pale greenish look to be a no. Well, I need to go get some chow. I may be a while, and you may be up to exploring on your own before I get back. So, here. This is your station ID badge. It goes on this blank spot right here on your jumpsuit. It's got your personalized ID code on the back. Memorize it. Any door that doesn't automatically open for you, try entering your code onto the entry pad. If it doesn't open, you're probably not supposed to be in there anyway. And, if perhaps you were to go wandering about in the next couple of hours, and you just so happen to find yourself in the vicinity of the electrical components supply cache in Section 5, you might consider exploring the empty cargo bay next door. It's very secluded. It's a place someone might go to talk about something deadly serious. I can't risk telling you much more. Not right now. Meet me in a couple hours in that cargo bay. I think you'll enjoy exploring the place. Gotta go. Don't want to end up at the back of the chow line. See you later. Anybody? Holy Ned. You scared the piss out of me. You found yourself a good hiding spot. Jeez, don't do that to me again. Yeah, so, about what I said earlier. What I'm gonna tell you is going to sound crazy, but as you value your life, I need you to take this absolutely seriously. There's some kind of infection all throughout the Echo 6 complex. Some sort of alien parasite or something. It's taken over the minds and bodies of a good portion of the complex crew. I don't know how many, but probably at least half of the personnel on each of the Habitat ring stations. No, just be quiet and listen. I know it sounds like crazy talk. I know. But I'm not insane, and I'm not an idiot. I know what I've seen. I've watched people I've known for months start acting differently. I've noticed strange accidents happening. People I know personally have disappeared. Things keep going missing. There have been station malfunctions that can't quite be called sabotage, but they can't plausibly be called anything else. And I've seen one of the parasites in action. I am not even joking about this. I have seen them. Nobody knows I was in there. But I saw one of them when they took out one of the uninfected crew. I was getting some equipment out of one of the supply caches, and the lights went on the fritz. Oh, you have got to be freaking kidding me. What a time for the lights to go. Looks like the doors are malfunctioning too. Oh, no you don't. Do not go out there. Not now. Because the lights are out. They may flicker and look like they're about to come back on, but they'll be like this for a good hour or so before the techs find out what the problem is and fix it. And when the lights are out like this, that's when they go hunting. I mean they, as in the infected. The crew members with whatever they have inside them. I have seen how they kill. It happened a month ago, during a power outage just like this one. I was getting some supplies and the lights went, and I didn't feel like fumbling my way back to the medical labs in the dark, so I just hunkered down on the supply cache to wait it out. I'd been there maybe 15, 20 minutes when the doors open and this guy in a maintenance jumpsuit comes in with a big box of tools and a flashlight. He starts shining around the utility panels, looking for the problem with the lights, I guess. I didn't say anything because I didn't want to spook the guy, you know? He wasn't in there more than 2 minutes before the door opens again and I see this woman I know I've worked with before, handling cargo, come in with her own box of tools and a light. She goes right up to the guy, taps him on the shoulder, and when he turns around, she oh God. The lights flickered on for just a few seconds, right when it happened. I saw the front of her shirt bulge out, and this thing stab out from her stomach and right into the guy's chest. It came out the top of his freaking head, and he's just standing there, and she's so close to him. And then she stepped up and stood right against him and leaned in and whispered something in his ear. And then whatever it was, the tongue or whatever, it retracted and went back into the guy's body and then back into hers. And she just stood there. I could see a bit of the blood on her face when the lights flickered, and there was some blood on her shirt. And then the guy just collapsed, like completely boneless, and he dropped. Didn't move again. She just stood there for a moment, just staring down at him. Then she shined her flashlight around the supply cache, just a quick look around, I guess. Bog knows how she missed seeing me, but she did. And then she picked the guy up, slung him over her shoulder like he didn't weigh anything at all. And she left. Tell anyone? Who would believe a story like that? Who? Would you believe it? Would you believe someone telling you a story like I've just told you? Would you believe it if someone told you how they woke up one night to see someone standing over them in the crew barracks holding a pillow in one hand and some kind of writhing, fleshy, snake-like thing in the other? Would you believe someone who told you that the person dropped that thing on their face and then stuffed a pillow over them? Would you? Would you believe someone telling you that they woke up one day to find that they had a new mouth? A gigantic mouth where their stomach used to be? That they had one of these growing out from it? A huge, grotesque mouth with a razor-sharp, diamond-hard tongue sticking out of it. A mouth that hungers. A tongue that kills. Yes. Look at it. Look upon your very doom.
You see, I'm one of the infected. I'm one of them. And I'm hungry. And you look so delicious.
Gotta hand it to you, crewmate. You did a great job of not looking at me while I was sneaking up on this asshole. Couldn't have done it any sooner. Orcs can be quick, and we can be quiet, but we can't do both. You are damn lucky I happened to look in here when I did. Oh, there's a whole hell of a lot going on, especially right now. I heard that last little bit of old Pinky's speech. Just how much did he tell you? Well, that about covers the basics. There's more to it, but you've got enough to go on. There is an infection here at Echo 6. There are a lot of the crew infected, and they are killing off some of the uninfected. You just saw one of them, and he just about got you. There's nobody to tell. Think about it. We're pretty much on our own out here. Millions of kilometers from any place. Closest port is Neptune, and what are they gonna do? Tell us to sit tight, wait for help that'll take weeks or months to get here? Nope. Screw that. We're getting out of here. I'm talking about leaving the whole Echo 6 ice mining complex. We have a ship. The ghost ship. The Cassandra. It'd take me way too long to explain. Long story very, very short. There's a derelict cargo handler that drifted our way some months ago. And we stripped it for parts, but it's still in good working order. And we've been getting it ready to fly again. Yeah, we. Me and a few of the others. Folk who've seen what's going on here. It's getting downright bonkers here. Not a safe place. So we're bugging out on the Cassandra. It's an old space cargo handler, plenty of cargo room, decent crew quarters, and lots of travel range. There's still an open spot if you want to come with. Unless you fancy your chances here on the station with more of the stalkers like Pinkerton. How about it? Okay. You just stick close and follow me. Hold on to my belt if you have to. It's gonna be dark most of the time. Don't worry. I can see in the dark even if you can't. I got this. Let's get going. I think we made it. Captain Redvine, we're good down here. I'll get the newbie up to speed on what's going on. Blackstone out. That's better. Never did like being strapped down. You should stay strapped into that acceleration couch for a time yet. Not much of a choice, really. We might still have to do some quick maneuvering, and well, you're more fragile than I am. Plus, you probably want to be lying down for what I'm about to tell you. That crazy speech Pinkerton was giving you back there. Damn, but that windy bastard talks too much. We're not all like him, you know. Not all the implanted get weird like he did. I've never seen an infiltrator go psycho like that. But a lot of the stalkers do go crazy after a while. No one knows why. So we just watch them and we wait. I'm talking about the implanted. Folk like me, like Captain Redvine, like Pinky back there. We all carry a symbiote from the mother tissue. You're gonna get one too. Stop yelling. Stop struggling. You're not getting out of those straps. This is going to happen one way or another. I can stick some tranquilizer derms on you, or I can gas you unconscious, or you can be wide awake and screaming when it happens. Your choice. That's better. You'll understand more once you've been implanted. Part of that will come from the mother tissue, and the rest the doc will fill you in on. Echo 6 is getting too hot for us. It's gonna turn into a bloodbath before long. I got a gut feeling about that. So I talked with a few of the implanted I felt I could trust, including Captain Redvine. He was the one who brought the mother tissue to us in the beginning, when we found him inside the otherwise abandoned Cassandra. And we formed an escape gang. We slowly got the Cassandra restocked and resupplied in secret, and just a day ago we managed to sneak the mother tissue vat back on board. We were planning on taking off the next time the lights went out, the station systems went on the blink. Best time to slip free in the confusion. And today is the day. Lucky you. You get to be one of the fortunate few who escaped that impending madhouse. Just you, me, Doc Whitechapel, Technician Yellow, and Captain Redvine his own self. Why you? Honestly, I don't know. I don't know why I stopped when I did and looked in that cargo bay. Maybe it wasn't me that did it. Maybe the mother tissue made me do it. Maybe it wanted me to save you. Maybe it has plans for you. Only time will tell. I'm gonna go get your symbiote from the mother tissue's tank. You'll have time to decide how you want to take it. If you want to be awake or asleep when it goes in. If I were you, I'd stay awake. It's a more transcendental experience that way. If it goes in through your eyes, you'll end up like me. Well, not quite like me. It's not going to make you 8 feet tall and green. What I mean is, it'll turn you into an infiltrator like me and the doc in Yellow. If it goes in through your mouth or up your nose, you'll end up like Captain Redvine. Or poor old Pinky. You know, with the whole gaping toothy maw on the stomach and the long sharp whippy tongue thing going on. Anyway, I'm gonna go catch one of those squirmy little buggers for you. I won't be gone long. You just sit tight. Think about how you want to approach the future.